Welcome to this 7-minute demonstration of M-Briefs, a new method to communicate, engage, train and seek feedback from people who are considering becoming a Special Constable. This new method uses nano-learning exercises delivered on smart mobile phones, and what you're seeing on the screen is exactly what you would see if viewing on your mobile phone. One of the primary benefits of M-Briefs is the valuable feedback that is generated. An example will be shown later on during this demo. Please note that nano-learning exercises are not apps to be downloaded and stored locally. They are cloud-based programs launched by tapping a link sent in an SMS text message. I will move through this demonstration quickly, so use the pause and go back button in your video control bar at any time in order to read the screen content in more detail. Who can become a special? Every learning point or every key message is reinforced through an interactive exercise, which obviously causes the user to think, and they have to complete, as you'll see, before moving forward. You get a message at the top here. So this might be an interesting choice. And then you get feedback. Constables can come from all backgrounds with different skills, and of course they can wear glasses or contact lenses. Moving on. What's in it for you? This is an interesting type of exercise because not only do they pick from a predetermined list, but you're asking them to give one other benefit they may believe they would achieve. So this might be an interesting type of feedback. Powers of a Special Constable. Again, quite a surprising question. I think most people would think that a volunteer Special Constable would not have the same powers and might choose something like this. And there's a reinforcement to say that you have exactly the same powers. How many days do you think training will take place? And in this particular example, 23 days, but it's important that the volunteer knows that the training can be very flexible, and perhaps this M-Briefs method would add a level of convenience whereby they can take it on their mobile phone, ideally, for instance, through dead time when they're waiting for an appointment. What do specials do? Well, these pictures illustrate different activities, and then they're asked to pick the 3 that they would find most interesting. So let's pick these. Obviously they may be concerned about the paperwork involved, but also skills that they would need, and feedback from this kind of an exercise can help to focus complementary classroom and face-to-face training. Just a little question about the effectiveness, and here's the example of a feedback report that I mentioned, illustrating the misconception about the powers of a Special Constable. This is a second M-Brief illustrating how this method could be used to train Special Constables once they've signed up. Obviously, this could be a lot more convenient for them and supplement the classroom-based and face-to-face training already provided. Circumstances needed to make an arrest. If you get this wrong, the arrest could be challenged in court. So select all that apply, I'll make these choices. And feedback saying you cannot make an arrest based on statements made by a member of the public, or that they have a criminal record. These are the only circumstances. And also, you can't abuse your powers simply because you have them. An explanation between probable cause and reasonable suspicion. You must have reasonable suspicion before you then can prove that you had probable cause to make an arrest. Procedures during an arrest. This one I found surprising that in fact this is the correct answer to this question, but I'll pick another one. And it's not necessary at the scene of the arrest to necessarily read them their right to silence, and it could be for reasons such as these. However, you must read their right of silence when taking them to the nearest police station. And this is the right of silence, but with 2 words missing. I'll put in the correct words in this exercise. And this is court. Typo there. So the full and correct version of the rights to silence, including that once they have been arrested in the correct way, they could be searched. Length of custody. As you'll see, in fact, all these choices are relevant in some way. Let me pick 36. And the correct answer for a normal arrest is 24 hours, but here's some explanation of how the custody period can be extended. Brief explanation about the use of bail. And again, quite a interesting question with regard to bail being set as a sum of money to be paid. Normally you'd think you'd have to come up with the money before you could leave, and in fact that's not the case for reasons given here, and examples involving TV and radio personalities illustrating how unfair the current system of bail is. Once again, feedback. Once again, an example of the sorts of feedback report that are generated automatically. Thank you for your time evaluating this new method for training on the move. Please contact me if you would like to receive a text message link to the real application. Goodbye.